Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Zenless Zone Zero reaction. Today we have Bloom of Doom, which at first sight I thought was the boss from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but apparently is not that. Sometimes being born in the 1900s causes confusions you don't expect until it happens, and that was one of them. So I learned that that was a different thing, and that this is for a boss that's obviously completely unrelated. I don't know what was going on in my brain there, but this is not Power Rangers. But I digress. Magnum NA wanted me to get to this one, so that's what I'll be doing, and without further ado, let's go! Immediately thrust into the vibes. Ooh. Oh, the stutter! Come on already. We just got here. You know what? This kind of has like a 90s beat going. Very 90s, like clubhouse. Ooh. A little bit of acid in there too. I mean, it's not like they haven't gone for this aesthetic before, but given my confusion at the start, kind of funny. A little bit more fitting. I haven't heard that synth since like early 2000s. It's like theremin kind of sound. Maybe it, Mystery Skulls kind of used it a little bit, if you know who that is. But that was still like a decade ago. Ooh, there's the halftime. They always have to do a halftime. It's like a law. Woo. Bringing the stutter back. Nice. Like, these are boss themes. I would just be vibing too hard. I can't do it. I want to be friends with the people who have awesome themes like this. I'm sure they're bad people, but at least they've got good taste, right? Like, ooh, just cutting it off hard right there. I like that though, where it could have gone back to loop. That's a really good design. Again, they do that so well here. Seriously, this team never ceases to amaze me and impress me with their ability to create a vibe that's completely different from the last one. And while, of course, you have ones like the Chaos stuff that's kind of designed to be similar, they still have very unique identities in between themselves. Every other theme I've heard that's like an individual song for a different character or something, completely unique. None of them sound alike. This one had a completely different personality from the last one I heard that was individual and not one of the Chaos songs. So I just always find that really fascinating that they do that so well, and they don't even have like similar approaches half the time. Like this one used a completely different sound profile than the last one. It just didn't have the same personality going on. And that's always been an interesting thing for me with this game specifically, because I hear songs from a bunch of games and they all tend to have kind of a similar or at least ballpark-ish sound that they go to, be it they just kind of use the same orchestral approach or they try to get an overall theme that's like kind of in the music itself, like a location-based sound. This doesn't have as much of that. Zenless doesn't tend to do that. They tend to have completely unique sounds for completely unique people, but the area that they're in seems to be fairly irrelevant. Obviously, I'm not sure where this character would be in the game, and I don't know if it's close or far away from other characters with different themes, but the fact that I can't tell because there's really no like sound similarity, there's no synergy happening there, is really neat in its own way. That might sound sound like a bad thing, the fact that there's no synergy, but like I said, they can do that with the chaos stuff. They're kind of within the same family. They take similar approaches to how they're written. They have a similar sound profile. This one, completely different from the last one that was an individual theme. It's just wild how they do that. And I actually think that adds a lot to the world of the game, which of course I'm not an expert here. I haven't even played it, but the fact that they can make so many individual sounds work together in the world of this game, the fact that there are so many sounds to borrow from, that you can create entirely new personalities in different parts of the world or the same parts of the world, and you can tell exactly whose theme that is an absolute gift from the composer to the listener. The fact that we are able to take that information and store it away as like exclusively this character, not just, oh, they're in this area. But to touch more on the song itself and not just the overall vibe, I think the name Bloom of Doom works really well with the sound. They work together fairly well. The fact that this song sounds like it's kind of slowly opening up, like a flower budding. It's really, like, it has that sound. The fact that there are these like beautiful little synth accents in here, these like kind of dancey bell sounds, these little dingly dangly things that are just kind of happening up here. Some people might even like associate them with stars, like a similar twinkling sort of thing going on there, but like that kind of works with how the song peels back, and it has that sort of unfolding energy to it. The synths do that as well. Even the stuff where it like stutters, that kind of makes me feel like this boss, where I'm figuring, since I know kind of the design language of this game, I'm assuming the boss is some sort of like a bio mutant like creature robot thing. They all tend to kind of be that. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they all have that aesthetic going for them. So I assume this is something similar. So having those little synth like stutters in there to remind you what it is and that it's not fully organic is kind of neat. But I like how the song kind of unfolds through the entirety of the song as well. Like, it starts with a basic beat, it kind of keeps that momentum going. It's very static, but also very steady. And then it does the halftime later in, which in this case is kind of the phase 2 feeling of the evolution. It's like the second peel back, where it's like, oh no, there's more petals in this Bloom of Doom. Like, oh, now I gotta pay attention. And I like how they did that. But I think it's really that rock solid rhythmic bass in there matching with that like stingy sort of lead synth, and it just feels so good. There's also that synth in there, like I said, I haven't heard in a while, and feels very like late 80s 90s, that was used in a lot of stuff in that time period, and that just gives me the feels, but it doesn't really do anything for the song specifically. It's just a cool aesthetic that blends with the rest of the synths in here. Again, these guys, the producers in this game, just showing that they understand synth so well, that they understand their tone, their approach to that tone so well. It's really insane. But overall, I also like that the song sounds beautiful compared to other boss songs we've heard before. It just has a beauty to it. It has a grace to it even. It sounds like a flower, something that's pretty to look at, but also, given everything else around it, you know it's going to be dangerous. So like, don't smell it. Don't get too close. It's probably carnivorous. Just because it looks good doesn't mean that you can sniff it. But I'm sure there's at least one person out there who looks at this character and goes, I want to sniff it. I don't know what they look like, but I'm assuming that that's a thing. But I digress. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any other songs you want me to get to from Zenless, of course, drop them in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to them. Or if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!